Estate Militia Actual Play. What do you do when you want to create a distraction? Clearly, you ask Improv to cook some K10, also known to some as Blood of Kali, and give it away at a concert you decided to throw in the Squatters Mall. Clearly sending people into a homicidal rage during a Goblin Punk concert, at which various gangs are attending, is a good thing to do before detonating explosives and committing multiple robberies, right? Anybody? Right? It's time to begin episode 26. I think I'm gonna call Clemens McGee.
Alright, so what's the plan from here?
Well, we owe some people a thank you.
Yo, we want to do this all tonight or we want to do this tomorrow?
I gotta wash the sap off of Bertha.
Well, because basically, if we wait a day, we can also do a night recon to see what the security on the building is like. If everybody's happy with that, we can fast forward to the middle of the night, and somebody can pilot the fly spy just to get an eye to see what kind of security is on the building. And that's really all I'm concerned about, is just trying to see what type of guard situation we're looking at for the night.
No, sounds good to me. And if that's the case, Horatio, would you mind making me a perception check?
But no, not at all.
The security, at least on the roof, appears to tighten down a little bit at night. Most of the doors, all except for like the main entrances, are all end up getting boarded up or closed off at night.
Okay.
And then double a normal amount of people up top as well. And that's really all that seems to change. There are a lot fewer people going in and out. It seems around probably 12 o'clock, things kind of shut down here. I mean, there's still some people coming and going, or people who leave right before. Then if you go back, like right as morning comes, they come back during the morning. Compared to during the day, there does appear to be more limited access in and out.
So do you all have electrocom?
Yep, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we set the bomb off first, we could show up in Crimson Crush colors and probably just run to the roof, right?
What do hangers on for the Crimson Crush wear? Like what kind of colors do they rep?
It's mostly red, or at least a version of red. Like everybody here has like I had a red and orange earlier. There's one that's like a red and blue, red and gray, or just a few that use like a red as even like a secondary color.
So one thing that's interesting about the Crush is they require even people who are not affiliated or patched in,
Yeah.
who live in their turf, to wear red,
Okay.
so that they know who's like theirs, right? Because they're very pro community.
They sound like really nice people to me. I'm just saying.
They grew out of neighborhood watch groups.
Yeah, like out of all the gangs, the Crush are honestly probably the most chill, at least lore wise.
Well,
Yeah, as long as you don't get caught doing something bad on their territory, and then they respond to you extremely brutally, which won't be a problem for us. But I'm thinking we deliver the party stuff, we get them moving, and then we use the bomb as our entry point, right? Because if a bunch of Crush people show up as reinforcements right after an attack, right?
question, we have to deliver the drugs, so do you think that Kennel and Juliet should be there to party with the people in the mall? Because I'm just worried it might look a little weird if we just hand over a bag with, $500 worth of drugs in it.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yo, Jules, you cool with getting high and partying for a little bit?
Sure.
Yo, Improv, you want to get in on this and party with the trogs?
No, I'm good.
I don't know why I did not expect that to be your answer, but I'll respect that.
So, how does this go down?
We wanted to wait until the next day.
Right. Yeah. Like I'm meaning like for the next day. Like, do you guys like walk in, kind of start a party, or how does this go?
First of all, do we recover a point of edge for sleeping this night?
Unless you have insomnia, yes.
All right.
Would you allow me to roll something, Mr. GM?
Always.
So I have both gangs and Sprawl Life.
Okay.
Could I use that to sort of influence them on like maybe some peripherals they might bring or things they might do?
If you roll well enough, yes.
How do we want to introduce the drugs for the party?
I mean, it's a party in Redmond. Hey, I got drugs.
Right.
Right,
Hooray,
like-
Horatio, your roles.
Yep, they're there.
The big thing, in your opinion, from like what you've seen, to get all this started, you really need some sort of band to play. You get a band doing like an impromptu concert or something like that. People are just going to show up. What that exactly means, especially in Redmond, that means drugs. That means cheap, easy to find drugs, cheap, easy to find booze, and a whole lot of people to steal from.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, I think I'm going to call Clemens McGee. Clemens McGee is a Barron's tour guide. So he's specifically a Touristville tour guide.
Is this a contact you have?
Yeah.
That is amazingly perfect.
He's only a 2-2, but he
Okay.
might know of some band in the area that or DJ, right? That's looking to make a name for themselves on short notice, especially on a dig-in place like the Squatters Mall, and especially if we throw some Nuyen at them.
Yeah, make me a roll. Love it.
Any spec bonus for that?
+4. Dang.
That's a roll.
That's a lot of hits.
Okay. On 8 dice, 5 successes. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, he's able to hook you up with a pretty popular up and coming band. There's been quite a bit of talk about them actually getting on with a label. So things have been getting spread around quite a bit with them. They'd be willing to do it as long as you can just get them in the door.
Oh, I can get him through the door. I'm like the big man over there. Well, not really the big man, but more like the big orc. Get it? Because I'm an orc. Well, what do you want as a finder's fee?
Just throw me 3 on your new yen. We'll call it even.
Done. And he'll send him the yen.
Okay, so what's the name of this band?
And let's go with Baron's Boots.
The Baron's Boots? What type of band is it? Is it like a rock band? Is it smooth jazz?
No, they're like with that kind of a name, I imagine they're like troll or trog thrash. Because the boots are the kind of boots that you do when you're fighting the man, when you're kicking down their doors and taking the fight to them.
All right. So do you meet them at the mall? Do you meet them somewhere else?
No, we'll meet them at Touristville because I want to make sure we escort them there. That way, Kennel can arrive with them and kind of let it be known that like he'll have an easy in that way, right?
Well, I have been there a couple of times, so it's not like I'm a total stranger. And when the first time we came in, we were talking about trying to maybe move in a little bit. So we're trying to do a little goodwill, like maybe get our own space to sell out of. So it's
I should have used your name generator, Kennel.
I found that thing like when it like literally the first game of Shadowrun I ever played, and I've been in love with it ever since.
Most of the names you get are absolutely awful, but occasionally you'll get a gem, and they're perfect.
Yeah.
Like Fleeting Hazard, that's genius.
That is a good one.
If you're cool, let's go with that.
Oh, heck yeah.
So we'll meet
See,
him at
that
this bar.
definitely has to be like a Goblin Punk band. With
That
that
sounds
name.
a lot better than what I had.
Yeah. Like that's definitely a punk band, though.
The Fleeting Hazards.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it, man.
And like I imagine, at least out in Redmond, they probably the stuff to do the more advanced like electronic stuff is it's got to be a little rare, right? So they don't have the fancy clubs like you get in downtown. They've got the real artists who play with their souls.
Shidim?
Hopefully not.
I mean, they play with souls, right? That's what Shidim do. I had to make a bad joke.
No
Oh,
shit.
All right, so do we want to fast forward to them like pulling up in a? I believe, yeah. You're on a good roll here, Worth. So, what do these guys pull up in? Are they all in like motorcycles or what?
Well, they haven't made it big yet. They're getting ready to make it super big. But because of that, they're using a Nikon van that's actually used to be a dock wagon van until a bunch of gangers shot it up and stole all the medical equipment, and then left it there on the side of the roads to get totally rusted. And then in true punk rock fashion, they, got their elbows dirty and repaired it, and then spray painted their own logo on the side.
Now, am I the only person who's picturing their logo being like a hazard sign or like nuclear waste sign with like wings that with like wings on it, or what are you
Yeah,
thinking?
exactly like that. And for lights, their sole piece of electronics is AR fashion for that logo to flash above their van when they actually get a matrix signal. That is.
And this would be a good place for it. All right, so who's going to try to talk these guys into the door?
What?
Im-
I'm not
improv.
very good at talking. I'm gonna be real honest. If you want me to do it, I can.
Oh, I can do it if you'd like me to.
Well, we'll pull up. We'll go to the side and rip open the door for the band, and then give Kennel that look, the knowing look with the double arched eyebrows.
The obvious head nod towards where you want him to go.
That's right.
Yep.
And then we'll start helping the band unload stuff.
Okay. Kendall, looks like you're being kicked out in front and center.
All right, so with a bit more of a strut than I normally have, I will start leading the band up to the front door.
Okay. There's like 3 or 4 trolls that step out. Yo, hey, what are you doing?
Yo, man, you do realize who was walking up behind me, right?
No.
Are you are you even from Redmond?
Uh-huh. Why?
Yo, my man right here. And he'll point to one. How many people are in the band, Worth?
4, classic number.
He will point starting at the first, and he will just. Oh my God! What did my computer just do? Sorry. Wow! Everything just minimized all of a sudden. He will start listing off each of the people in the band, and then he will look back at the man blocking the door. Yo, the Fleeting Hazards. One night only at the mall.
Did you get cleared with oh crap. What was the name that we were using last week for the person who was the head of the crush? It was Red Hot's boss's boss. But we had a title that we had given them.
The Crusher?
The Crusher.
Yeah.
Did you get this approved by the Crusher?
Man, we just trying to put on a one night only show, a concert, our way of saying thank you, our way of bringing up my homeboys right here, a way of making them famous, a way of giving back to Redmond, because that's what we about.
All right. Hold on.
Did we decide if we wanted to use the angle of, we're figuring out if we can rent a space in here to do business out of? Were we going to use that angle, or is this just we're representing the band and they're coming out to do a show?
Well, I mean, you're just going to distribute goods there, right? They should want this to be here because this is a chance to make a lot of money. I don't even have to pay for this, and it's going to boost morale.
Okay, so basically, but we're going to be using the cover that the band is here to perform, and then we're going to do the passing out the drugs just to make the party happening kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, with the cold medication I'm on is it's potent, so I'm trying to keep notes so I can keep everything straight.
Oh, that's the best kind.
Well, it's high octane.
After a minute or so, he has that obvious look that somebody has when they're talking over their DNI or through the matrix, like they're staring off into the distance. After a couple of seconds, he's like, okay, yeah, we could let you in. You just got to stay on the stage, or the band does. You got to give us 15 minutes to get some people set up to watch everything, and you can go.
Cool, baby, I got you. Don't worry, this is gonna be the most happening place in all Redmond Barrens tonight.
Yeah, we can use the chance to relax. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
Oh, don't worry, player. We got the relaxation taken care of, if you know what I mean. And he'll do like a gesture, like whatever, like a street gesture for drug use would be, like when I was in high school, the 2 fingers to the lips to simulate a joint, that kind of stuff. He will subtly do something like that with a wink.
Yeah, I'm too old to know.
Yeah,
But,
I don't want to embarrass myself by trying to use more 25-year-old lingo. So whatever kind of
Yeah,
gang signs
it's 80 in the future.
Yeah, that's close enough. It's retro. Everything comes back in style again.
after a couple of minutes, the trolls kind of begin like herding you guys there. People that were kind of walking in and seeing you guys, they're obviously like whispering, and word seems to be spreading pretty quickly as you're escorted right into the middle of the court, like right in the middle of the food court where they had displayed the the giant sarcophagus of a trid projector set up, and they actually put you right in the middle of all of it with the band allowed to go up top.
Mr. Jim, I was just thinking, would we have had time for Improv to encode some? I have just some regular like RFID tags, like just standard tags, but encode them with like the matrix site for the fleeting hazards, and buy our album direct at this site. Could we get a couple of the chips encoded with that stuff?
Oh, sure. Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Do you want like a software or something, or
Yes, if you don't
Sure.
mind. Are you happy with that amount of successes?
for coding some data chips? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Improv gets in there, does a fairly decent job. Actually looks pretty professional.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay, good job. So if we can say we did 10 of those, what Ken will be doing is he's doing like the full hype man thing, and I have no idea how to do that, so forgive me for not getting fully into it. But he'll try to hype everybody up, and he'll slap a standard tag with that says the fleeting hazards in AR, and he'll put that at the front of the stage, and then off to the side, buy our album direct. He'll put one over there, and then like one for each of the band members with their bio and their cool gangster pose pictures. He'll put around the area, like just like you would see in a standard concert hall with posters, but with this being the future, everything in AR. And he's going to play the part of the hype man and try to get everybody pumped up.
I have no idea what type of role that would be.
Would you like etiquette?
Yeah. Give yourself a +2 for plausible seeming evidence.
And first impression?
Not in this case because it's a large crowd.
5 hits. I am happy with that.
Okay. After a couple of minutes, like once everything's set up, you're going around hyping everybody up, getting things started. Like right as the music just slowly begins to play. Before long, the already crowded food court of this place becomes pretty much just a swarm of people. Just a small ocean of people surrounding this stage as the fleeting hazards begin doing what they do. You notice several guards who are supposed to be more on watch are obviously paying more attention to the band and having themselves some fun instead of paying a whole lot of attention. You're even seeing a couple of people from the little bit of a skylight that's left is like peering down inside, actually watching everything that's going on.
As the night is building in intensity, so not all at once, what I would like to do is start kind of making my way through the crowd and passing out, a little bit of Zen here, maybe a couple of tabs of X there, kind of reserving the Nova Coke with the the 5 street level K10s, reserving those for just a little bit later in the night. But I will make my way past the guards and start passing them out. One of those, like, because everybody's got to do the bro hug and high fives to everybody, but palm like a pill of X in my hand. So it was like a pass off and a wink and a nod, and then go on to the next guy and pass out a little bit of Zen and a little bit of bliss to the next one. So trying to spread the drugs around more towards where the guards are, and just trying to get everybody involved.
Okay, does anybody want to help Kennel with this? Or are they also trying to help get drugs and everything out?
No, we'll let Kendall handle it. This is his time to shine.
I had to help a large woman onto a pallet jack. I've done enough shining. We can turn my light off for a little bit. I feel dirty.
Feel like my con of 3 is not going to be very successful there.
Well, this would be etiquette, so
Would street and the solid rep apply?
Yes, in this case it would.
Sure, I'll help him then.
Mr. Jem, would you like another roll from me, or would you like just to keep that first etiquette roll?
No, we'll keep yours just to kind of speed this up. Horatio, are you happy with that amount of successes?
No, I will edge that.
Oh yeah, look at all them hits. Yum, 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 yum.
Very nice. Takes a little bit for everything to start loosening up. There's little more than like a mosh pit that's beginning. The guards, the ones who are kind of on guard and actually watching everything, they obviously begin loosening up and just letting the music kind of take them away. And as you begin passing out drugs, several of them end up taking it, and you see them kind of, as like one will pop a thing of Zen, they'll relax. One will take a thing of Nova Coke and will begin screaming and singing along with the music. And if you're trying to hold on to the things of K10, who's wanting to pass those out of you two?
Probably for dice pool reasons, me.
If possible, I'll try and point him out to anyone that I recognize as maybe a more violent person or a more erratic person.
Yeah, so
Okay.
following Horatio's lead of who to approach.
If that's the case, give yourself a +2 and give me a judge intentions.
Ugh.
Uh,
Oh, God.
that was for Horatio, not Kennel, because you said you were
apologies.
following his lead. He would actually get the bonus from you. So,
There you go.
okay. Yeah, you're able to point him out, and Kennel, if you're going to be the one who's trying to hand these out, since you were trying to keep them hidden versus like them actually like being the first things you pull out of the bag, could you give me a palming roll
No.
with a +2 for being a troll?
So what you mean is default to agility, right?
Yep.
Sorry, the wife came in for a second. You said so that's agility -1 with what for the modifier? The plus what? You said +4?
+2.
Dang it, I was trying.
I'm being nice, letting you default on palming.
With 2 hits.
Okay. Very few people are paying any attention to you, especially the ones who are like, you want something like you show it, and they're like, oh yeah, definitely. Very few people are paying attention, and things begin building. The party starts getting out of control. More and more people are just kind of beginning to jump into the various mosh pits. At one point, you eventually see a guy who shoots up. His eyes instantly light up with a fire that wasn't there before, as he then goes running to the mosh pit. Initially, just kind of joining in the pushing and shoving, and then eventually into the elbows, a fist, and the occasional kick as the mosh pit devolves into a royal rumble, essentially.
We are horrible people. We are such horrible people.
After a small bit, if any of you continue watching, the occasional knife will come out, and as someone gets stabbed, a gunshot goes off. The band themselves, one of them, who apparently is a mage, puts a barrier around the group, so they're less of a chance of them getting shot as they continue to play. It goes from being, oh, this is a friendly, fun concert, to, oh my god, this is the end of the world.
Just like the roadside bars in Texas, where they put the chain link fence in front of the band, so that if anybody chucks a bottle, it might break, but at least the bottle won't hit the performers.
I was just
Yes.
picturing that bar from the original Blues Brothers.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly it. So do you guys just let the party take its course, or
Well, I mean, I think
do
at
I
this
try something now?
I think at this point we're backing out and waiting for some people to go fucking insane, and then hitting the bomb and then going for it, right?
Yeah,
That
I
was
think.
the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of make our exit out of the building. If anybody says anything, it's like, yo, man, we got to get some food. We got to get more supplies for the band, yo.
Okay, if you guys would just all of you, make me an etiquette check to get out.
Because at some point, how many people? 6 people are going to go completely insane and start murdering?
Well, technically, I'd kind of described that already happening, so you know.
Oh, that was that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I completely misread that. I'm sorry. Because
No, you're good.
So I'll be honest, I do not have a lot of experience with concerts. So
I don't either. I've been to like 4 my entire life.
okay.
Oh, no, I grew up in California. I used to go up to San Francisco like once a month to go see Metallica or Megadeth or Slayer. Yeah, I've been to a lot. Oh, God. First time I ever knocked somebody out was in a concert, and it was completely by accident. So, whew. Handcuffs suck.
Yeah, handcuffs are not fun. They hurt. I'm still waiting on Improv.
Improv
Oh,
did
I
not
was-
come into
With
the
an
building.
etiquette check.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
was
My bad.
outside. Be waiting outside because I need them to help bring me up to the roof because I probably can't climb up there on my own. And I need to hardware the thing after they take out the guards.
And then if you get stopped on your way out, like it very much looks like oh god, things are getting a little bit too hot for us. Let's just kind of scoot away. The typical, okay, I've lived in the Barrens. I know, like, this is probably a good time for me to leave type deal. So nobody questions you as you guys begin making your exit. You notice several people who were still outside begin moving inside once they begin hearing gunshots.
So when are you guys wanting me to hit the bike? Probably like after we take out the first few dudes on the roof, quietly, or like before to draw them all in one direction?
Yo, maybe Horatio can send up that little flying thing he's got, see who's left up there.
It's a good idea.
I got it.
Nothing appears out of the ordinary, at least to the fly spy. A couple of the people who are on the roof, you can see them like heading down access hatches down inside. And actually, for the most part, appears to be largely cleared out. The group of the crush that are around the array A few of them are looking inside. A few of them actually seem to be actually trying to protect any stray shots from going into the relay. They're laying down like Kevlar reinforcement around it to, and like standing on top of it to try to keep it from being shot.
Okay. So I think probably what we should do is get up there, and as long as we're still relatively hidden or not in obvious sight, then hit the bomb and see if any more guys leave. Right?
All right, if that's the case, I'm going to need.
Does that seem fair?
What direction are you guys trying to come in from?
Well, I just want to make fair though. I just want to make sure that was fair to everyone, or they agreed.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that sounds like a good idea.
Probably like the northwest, maybe like from there.
Okay.
Well, or like a bit, kind of like that or something, if that's possible.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
That's also near where we took Cocoa Puff's mom out, so we've actually got video of all of that area, so we could have planned our ascent from over there.
This is going to be a fairly difficult climb if you're trying to freehand it. You're literally like having to use old lights and missing bricks as handholds to work your way up.
All right, I'm gonna ask Knell to carry me.
Climb on.
All right.
Does anybody have rope?
Does rope come in a survival kit?
No.
Damn it. That'd be a no.
She's got the gecko tape gloves, that's it.
Okay then, well I'm going to need some climbing rolls.
Would you have allowed us to trade in a common sense and picked up some climbing gear?
One for each of you, yes. One common sense for each of you.
Oh, sure, yeah. Backpack full of rope, a decent harness, gloves, carabiners, crampons, and so forth. It doesn't say how much. Probably 100 meters, since that's what they put all the other distances in. I don't know. It's up to you.
No, that's fine. I didn't realize it came with rope. So yeah, we'll say 100 meters. But that doesn't come with a grappling hook.
Is that something that Improv could have jury-rigged that I can just chuck up there?
If she wants to try to make one now, yes.
All right. There's some trash here. There's like some cardboard and like a dead rat. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I can make a grappling hook out of this. Give me a sec. Would this be hardware, or what would you want? Or like, I don't know. Like, what skill would you want me to use for this? Survival.
Survival in this case would make the most
All
sense.
Right.
And you're at a -2 for not having the proper tools.
But I'm at a +2 for jury rigor, so it evens out. Hey.
Okay, who's going to throw it up there if you want to use it?
Ooh, I want to do it. I want to do it.
Make sure to get the skull over the lip. That's the part that grips.
All right. So, Mr. GM, I have throwing weapons with a spec and non-aerodynamic.
Go for it. Improv and Kittle actually make a really good team together. I'm just saying.
Hey man, jury rigor. Like I really like jury rigor as a quality. You can get a lot of mileage out of it.
Dude, every character I build, I try to fit Jerry Rigger just somehow into it because there's so much you can do.
If you're able to get it up there, it snags on pretty decently. Who wants to climb?
Well, I think Juliet or myself should go first.
Yeah, I believe assisted climbing was an extra +2.
+2, I believe.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I just realized the comparison of Improv and Kennel being a team is basically Master Blaster from Mad Max. You have the smart one that knows how to do everything, and then you have the big wall of meat that just does it.
Okay, yeah, Juliet, it doesn't take you long at all. You grab a hold of your gecko tape gloves, you hook yourself up to the rope, and yeah, straight up you go. Same with you, Horatio. Only takes you probably 10 seconds to climb all of this.
And Mr. GM, since I have Improv literally hanging on my back, do I take any negatives?
Yes, you take a -3. Or wait, what's your body? Improv?
3.
So yeah, -3.
Well, I think we would wait until after Juliet and Horatio hit the roof, just in case there was any contact. We're waiting for the all clear.
And, yeah, if you two could give me a stealth check. Freaking Horatio. Are you both happy with the amount of successes?
I feel like I'm gonna edge mine.
I can keep all hits.
Oh wow, yeah. Once you guys get up there, everybody either appears to be away from the center, or like away from you guys, or watching the party itself. You guys picked a pretty good area to come up at. Nobody's seems to be looking in your direction.
DNI, coast is clear.
All right, you guys want the distraction at the other end?
Get up here first. You know, when you're about to cusp the lisp, that's when you do it.
Okay. So just for it to be relevant, Pickle, what I'm going to try to do is accelerate to the maximum speed possible and just try to barrel straight into the doorway.
Are you piloting this or not?
I will be doing it. I'll be doing it in AR. My idea is I want it to be max speed because even if it eats a bunch of bullets, it's still going to have a ballistic trajectory, right? I mean, it can be bricked, but it's still a car going at speed 4.
No, this
Right.
was the monowheel, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Revolution, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, sorry, but I mean, even if it gets shot up or knocked over or something, if it's going speed 4, it'll still slide, right?
No, I just wanted to make sure.
Did we
Just so
put some
I know.
armor on that, right?
Yeah, we put an extra 3 armor on it, so.
And did you put a ringer cocoon?
No.
Okay, because
So
it didn't
it
come
only-
with one.
Yeah, it only has the 15 in it right now.
Okay.
Again, all I'm trying to do is get that to max speed and aim it right at the door, so let me roll that for you.
Just before you start that, Kennel, once you get about halfway up, Juliet, Horatio, you notice this. The hook that Improv had made begins failing. Like it goes
no.
from holding to snapping in half, and you begin falling. Or
Can I
they grab it.
grab it?
Make me an agility plus reaction.
The rat skeleton didn't hold.
I was using 2 times hits to determine how much it could hold.
Yeah.
Everybody, but you two doing it separate, it'd have held, but you two together was too high.
But my awesome impression of Chewbacca with disassembled C-3PO on his back with 8 hits on a climb check, and I could keep all of them.
Yeah, but this is like Chewbacca trying to climb with all of that using a piece of thread.
I
It
love
doesn't
it.
really work that
Oh
way.
my god, I love it.
So yeah, Horatio, you dive and grab a hold of it. It's slipping and it's going, but it snags on. Kendall, after you slam into the wall kind of hard, you're able to muscle the rest of the way up before the rope gives and falls down.
Oh, did you see that? I totally saved your lives.
You the real homeboy right now. You the real player.
Oh, we're better than the UCAS Marine Mountaineer Scout snipers.
I don't even know what any of those words mean, but I agree with you, player.
We're like the Air Force Seagulls.
Kendall and Improv, could you please make me a stealth check?
Oh yeah. We're gonna try and be super sneaky here. We'll see how this goes.
And would urban spec apply to this, Mr. GM?
Yes, of course. I don't know how much more urban you can get than a mall. All right, are both of you happy with that amount of successes?
Yeah.
I was about to ask, since Kendall's already pointed it out. Do you guys want to go put on mask and everything?
Sure.
Well, since we're doing the Sneaky Pete infill onto the roof, or are we still going to try to do the We Are Reinforcements Act?
I
I
mean,
think at this point we're gonna blow up the bomb.
so
and then
Yep,
shoot.
and this is when it goes. Yeah, Improv, make me the handling check.
that's fine. It's going in a straight line. I'm not trying to. I'm trying to hit a door.
It slowly begins accelerating. Improv, it gets spotted almost immediately. Like as it begins
Yeah.
pulling through, shots begin firing off. Just pow, 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 pow. I need you to dodge 3 attacks though.
Okay. This is gonna be. What is vehicle dodge when you're just AR driving it? Is that
Same
is that
as
just
normal. Same as normal.
Are there any minuses here?
On the second and third roll, -1 and -2.
All right. So what's the damage?
10p -2.
Yeah, if I math right, it's 3 net hits on the first, 1 on the second, and 1 on the third.
All right. It's still up. Still has 5 boxes. It's probably gonna get bricked here, but it's still going max speed. So we'll see what happens. What's the second one?
1 and 1. So
11 and 11, I think.
yeah.
11p -2.
Yep, for both of them.
It still has 1 box, and it is not controllable at this point.
Well, are you happy with the amount of successes? You are controlling it, so you can edge it.
There's no point because we're gonna have a fight up here. I just need a bomb to go off in that area. Whether it kills 100 people or not is largely irrelevant.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Yeah, it begins speeding in. The 3 shots ring out. Improv, you see on your display that it gets hit. The electronics shut off. You guys can hear a crash off in the distance, followed by a loud boom as a large fireball sprays up. It's kind of hard to tell exactly where it's at just because of angles,
Yep.
but it doesn't appear to have gotten in all the way.
Do the guys around the array kind of all spin in that direction?
Yeah, literally everyone's head that you can see snaps over to that side.
Let's go, boys.
The 6 that were at the array, 3 of them break off and seem to be running in that direction.
Ooh.
Yeah, at this point, you also see a few others from behind you also heading that way.
On the roof?
Yeah, from like over here where I just pinged.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see if they pass us without seeing us. If not, I guess the fight starts, huh?
So do you guys wait?
I mean,
Do
we
you
don't
I
stay
think so.
put? Do you move?
Wait
Well,
until
well,
like the people start running. I would say like until they get past us. I mean, we don't want to jump out in front of them.
Yeah, we don't want to be in a crossfire. Fuck that.
Okay. After a few seconds, they all seem to pass you. All of them are carrying what's roughly the same size as an assault rifle, if not potentially even larger. Once they get over to the side, you can hear muffled shouting from the direction that they're in, as well as the music actually dims down slightly after the explosion.
Are we still hearing random gunfire?
Yes.
All right, this is our chance. The bomb went off. There was gunfire somewhere. You know, it'll take them a little while to figure out what's going on if we go. These guys, these guys aren't KE.
Mr. GM, would we have a chance to make an observe in detail to see how many people are in the vicinity of the array?
Yes. At this point, we'll just say a full combat turn has passed. But between like the bomb going off, you guys waiting for a second as a small group rushes past you to the other side. There's only about 6 people around the array. 3 of them just seem to be trolls that are slightly slower than everyone else. The other 3 are actively protecting the array.
All right, up to you guys. I'll follow your lead. Improv will start shooting whenever you guys do.
Would you like us to go into initiative?
That depends on what you guys are doing. Right now, you're not seen.
Well, given that they all seem to be looking in the direction of the bomb, I mean, I'd try to get like a surprise shot off on them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it seems like we're about to be in initiative. So
Okay, if that's the case, go ahead and roll initiative.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.